Hi, I'm Nathan Bashez, founder of Lex, and I'm really excited to show you what we're working on. So Lex is a radically new kind of word processor, and the idea is it uses AI to help you unlock your best writing. So here's what that looks like. Basically, this is an essay I've been working on, and it's about how to write essays, because that's what I do. And I have this story that I start with where there's a detail that I include, and I'm not exactly sure if it's worth including. So I just leave a comment at mention the AI and say, is this, detail necessary to include? If so, how can I make it pay off better and connect to a main theme of the piece? And this is exactly the kind of stuff that when you're writing, you think about all the time. You want to know, like, what's the best way of saying this? What details should I include or not? What do I want to convey? Everything, has to have a purpose. And I think a lot of people, when they think of sort of, AI generated writing or whatever, they think of just kind of mediocre, sort of robotic text that you can generate in bulk. Of course, that's one way to use AI, but there's a lot of other ways too that I think are incredibly useful for writers, really of all skill levels and levels of experience. So here it's just kind of like helping brainstorm ideas, and this is the kind of useful thing that it gives me when I'm usually working on stuff. There's also just stuff like, you can say, how can I rephrase this or whatever? Like, let's pick this one and say, Lex, can you make this more casual? Or maybe you don't want it to be more casual, you want it to be more formal or whatever, but it's just natural language that you can ask the AI for whatever you want. We also have some easy shortcuts, like I could click this button and then get a list of optional words. So that's nice, of just like different words that I could use. We also have cool stuff like, it's always a pain to generate a whole bunch of title ideas, but it's a good idea to do when you're working on something to kind of really brainstorm at the end of the process, like what's the best title to give this thing. So the AI can just sort of do that for you automatically. Also, if you don't have a specific line you want to comment on, but it's more of an overall thing, we have just an overall chat built in, and it includes like saved history. So like you could see, like earlier, I asked for feedback on the intro, and it says, maybe you want to make the main message of the document clearer early on, which is actually extremely good and valid feedback, because I don't really do that here. I kind of bury the lead, so to speak, in this piece. And so those are some of the key ways that I use Lex. There's a bunch of other stuff that's nice too. Like you can see this is in version 2, version 1. You can see like the previous comments we had from here. You can just easily create a new version there. It's a nice kind of intuitive way to think about versioning, especially when you get feedback from people. Like, say I want to share the link. I'm giving people the edit link. They leave a bunch of comments and feedback. Then I create a new version so that it preserves all of their comments and feedback, and I can act on it, resolve all their comments, and still save my previous version of the piece and also all of their feedback on it. And then we're working on more stuff all the time, like really cool stuff coming down the pipeline with like a track changes mode that's much nicer than what most people are used to, or coming up with effective checks. Like there's grammar check, spelling check, but what if you could have like, confidence check or active voice check or any kind of check you want to define, maybe like brand voice, that kind of stuff. So anyway, really excited about it. Lots of cool stuff to come. This is just the very beginning, but you can sign up today, and I would really love to hear what you think. It's free to use for now. We're going to have paid plans eventually, especially for advanced AI functionality like GPT-4, some of the more powerful models. But yeah, excited to hear what you think, and thanks so much for trying it out.